Welcome to the first episode of Xi Jingping, the president of China. I have an interesting layout here. I have the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the Hangman, Two of Wands, and the Six of Wands. So when I look at this, I'm looking at somebody give an offer. Like they have something to give to the president of China. Like, hey, I have something to give you. In the back of their mind, they have like the war, like these ideas for the war. Like they have all this stuff going on in the back of their mind, right? So I told you the first cards I saw was the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the Hangman, Two of Wands, the Six of Wands. Now, as I looked further, I saw there was a card behind the Ace of Wands. This ideal that they're trying to give to the president of China, it comes with somebody being sneaky, lying, and cheating, but you can't see it though. So basically, imagine somebody saying, hey, I have this ideal about the war, and if we use it, we can win. But the whole time they have this ideal, there's like something underlining where you get screwed over and they get whatever they were telling you about. It's like something along those lines. The energy behind it is, yeah, they have an idea, but the plot twist is you get screwed and they get what you both were trying to agree on. It's something like that. I think the president of China has this, they don't see it, but they feel it. They kind of feel like, I don't know if I can really trust this person. His offer is kind of small anyway. They're not offering me anything big. So do I really want to put myself into all of this and I'm not even getting anything out of it? Like they're getting most of the good stuff out of it. And I'm not really getting that much out of this. Like that's how the president of China is looking at this person who's trying to offer them something. Like, hey, I have a little bit of money for you. It's not much, but it's a little bit. If you help me get to this, then we can get to this. So it's almost like, imagine he's saying, if you help me and we take over the world, we'll be up here and everybody else will be down here. But then in the back of his mind, he's saying, once I get in, we're going to screw them over and then we're going to take over everything. It's like that type of energy. At least that's how I see it. He can't see the Seven of Swords behind this Ace of Wands being hidden. Like I have an idea, but you don't know what's behind this idea that's going to screw you over. That's kind of how it's coming across. Page of Pentacles, please and thank you. But the president of China is just sitting there. He has another path behind him too that nobody knows about. He probably has some type of help from somebody that he probably hadn't showed this path yet. He hadn't showed like, hey, we have an allegiance with such and such, but it's there if he needs it. But he doesn't show it. He doesn't talk about it. Maybe other world leaders don't even know that he has an allegiance with whoever it is. I don't know who it is, but I can see that there's somebody or there's another path behind him he can go if he wants to, but it's covered up. But he's looking out at this situation and he feels like he wants to put it in the hangman because maybe he has some sort of reservations about it. But even as this person is trying to give this ideal and give this to president of China, they're even thinking like, does he want to put it in the hangman? Maybe we should put it in the hangman. I probably gonna have to put this in the hangman. It's like something like there's a stalemate. Maybe they were on the same page, but then something happened to where it's kind of like, I don't know if we really want to go forward with this because I'm not getting that much out of it. Let's see. Page of Pentacles, please and thank you. Okay. At first, when you look at that, you probably think, that's Putin, huh? Yeah, that's Putin probably trying to offer something and he's lying and he's gonna fucking trick him or something. But it's not. If I told you who it was, you'd probably be like, yeah, right. Nah, we would never do that. Hear me out. Say there's this bully on the playground. We're going to call the bully Putin, just for the kicks and giggles. There's this kid on the playground that we're going to call Putin. And he's bullying this little kid called Ukraine. Putin's like bullying him so hard and Ukraine's not giving up, but Putin's still there, the big bully. America, this popular kid in the school, comes to the aid of Ukraine and says, hey, stop bullying that small kid. He's my friend. And then Putin says, fuck you, America. China goes, yeah, that's right, Putin. You're cool. Tell him again. And then America looks at China and goes, hey, China, why are you helping Putin? He's an asshole. We need to be friends and we need to protect the school together because you look kind of cool. You look like a reasonable person. You don't look like you will be an asshole like Putin there. Come on, China. Be a bigger person. And then China goes, I don't know if I can trust you, America. I've seen you work. You do some shitty underhand stuff. I don't know. Can I trust this? Should I walk away like America's telling me to? It's something like that. It's basically like Biden and call him, hey, I have an offer. I know you're over there fucking with Putin. Now listen, hear me out. I got this ideal. But see, when Biden's telling him that, the president of China is sitting there thinking, yeah, I think this is bullshit. It's probably a trap. They probably lying to me. He don't technically say that, but he feel like there's some underlining things there. And I'm here to tell you, Mr. President of China, they're definitely bullshitting. So then he's looking at this offer and he wants to put it in a hangman. Like, yeah, I don't know. And the reason it's probably coming off this way is because as Biden is offering this offer towards him, he's not really looking at him. He like has his back turned on him. Imagine somebody somebody trying to offer you something, but they have their back looking the other way. Like, yeah, I guess we can be friends, you know? I mean, as long as you don't like backstab me, we'll be cool. But they're saying all of this, but they're not like looking at you. You get what I mean? So it makes him like, I don't know. It's like, let's have a partnership. It's trying to be some type of resolution to some type of unity or partnership between the two. But the offer from them is probably not much. And I think it's only this way because they're trying to not like bring China to their side. It's almost like as if they're trying to just make them not fight for the other side. Like basically, hey, just go stand in the corner and don't say anything. That's how we want y'all to do. You don't have to pick a side, but just don't even be over here or something like that. But again, from the red, white, and blue side, there's a tactic behind the ideal. Like, yeah, they're coming with an ideal, but there's something behind it. There's an underlining trick behind it. If I was talking to the president of China right now, I would be like, hey, yeah, they're going to come with this ideal. They're probably lying about what they're going to do. It's some type of trick or some type of deceit, some type of lying, stealing, cheating behind it. So I wouldn't trust it. You thinking about putting it in the hangman, you're right. You should stay thinking that way. So I asked about the 7 of swords. First, I asked what that was. My clarification card was the 3 of wands. So it's almost like saying they'd be waiting for the opportunity to do that. So say the president of China agrees with them, they do it, whatever it is, and then they're waiting to backhand them, or they're waiting to grab a knife and push it through their back, turn it, twist it again, and then pull it out. Like they would be waiting for it. But I asked, what was this Ace of Wands? Basically, what's this ideal that they came up with? Pretty much two-time Putin, basically. I mean, which is simple, right? Give him a fake love offer. Make it seem like you can't let go of whatever y'all got together, but basically you can. Don't bring balance, but make it seem like y'all are balanced. Imagine somebody hitting you up and asking you to double cross somebody that you are cool with. That's pretty much what they're doing. In a easy 3D term, imagine Biden hitting him up and saying, hey, I know you and Putin cool with each other, but hey, if you do this and do this and do this, we'll give you this and we'll make this happen and make this happen. All you really gotta do is keep acting like you're cool with Biden. Come back, give us some intel, you know, keep it under the radar. Me and you are cool. Nobody has to know. What do you guys want? I know we haven't did this for you in a long time, but we're willing to do that now. We're willing to do whatever it takes to make this work between us. You and Putin can still act like y'all are cool. You'll be getting intel from him and bringing it back to us. It's like some type of idea along those lines. But the thing about it is, what's underneath that is them lying, stealing, and cheating. So basically, I would look at that as, say they do it, right? And then the president of China agrees. He's like, okay, I'll do that. And then he does it. He gives America the info they need. And then like America wins, or they get close to winning, and then something leaks out that China's a piece of shit and China been doing this and China been doing that, and then America's like, see, I told y'all they was some pieces of shit and we had to kill them too. It's like something like where they get screwed by trying to help them. If China does it, they're gonna get screwed. That's all I'm gonna say. Like straight up. Like when I read these cards, I don't have a certain person that I'm rooting for. I'm just reading what I see, and it is what it is.